Michael Griffiths, hello.
Good afternoon, Michael. This is Ryan from Australian National Review. How are you?
Yeah, good. How's yourself?
Not too bad, apart from all the rain. Thank you for your time. I wanted to give you a call and find out what's going on there in the front lines. I heard that the riot squad's been called in on you guys.
Okay. Two seconds. I just want to make sure I have a live going. I just want to make sure it's finished. 2 seconds.
Absolutely.
We're out here at the front of the thing now, and the police are turning up in force now. They've blocked the the entrance again. Hey, look, they've blocked the entrance again.
Right.
Where they're letting people up and not letting people in. They've got a boat in the river that's broadcasting and telling us that we have to vacate or our vehicles will be confiscated.
Right.
And now it's just a standoff. We're just sitting here. No one seems to be leaving. People are just sitting here. They're just sitting here waiting what's happening.
Right.
We had a big action yesterday where the police came in and sort of had a huge show of force, and it was just a mess, really.
I did see footage of that, and I saw some people got arrested and hurt. Yeah. Have you heard anything about the lady who got arrested? Yeah.
Well, one of the men that got arrested is back in the camp now.
Yep.
His bail conditions are like empty. Basically, if he doesn't turn up for court, he faces a 0 fine. The police, there's some people leaving now. They might have been frightened off by the thing from the police to leave. So there's some people seem to be moving. I don't know.
Right. What are the conditions? Yep. Sorry.
Now they're not letting people out. They're stopping the car.
So they're not letting in or out.
So they're stopping. Yeah, they're stopping the cars. They must be fining people or something. No, they've let that one go. It's so hard to know, everything's so strange. And they don't seem to be any more organised than us, to be honest.
Right.
I don't think they know what to do. There was talk today that they were going to get some injunction that we were allowed to stay here because it was tribal land. And that we were going to be given sort of 2 weeks reprieve where we could stay safely, but now they've apparently they mustn't have gone ahead because they're here telling us to go.
Right. Well, they're saying on channel, I believe it was channel 9 yesterday, that the police intended to clear out the site. So is there any truth to the rumours that there's...
What they told us to do, we can go to caravan park, that they've given us caravan parks we can go to. But at the moment we haven't. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So also, and Channel 9, we heard last night that Channel 9 said we had been cleared out, and we hadn't. And now we're just here. It's just the standoff of the day, really. This happened yesterday.
Yep.
And now seems to be happening again.
Is there
They don't have enough police.
Is there any indication that they plan on basically backing off, or are they intensifying their presence now?
Well, I haven't seen what's at the back of the camp, so I don't know if there's anything at the back of the camp. The camp has 2 sides. This is at the front, and the front seems to be the main port of contention, you know what I mean? So they're definitely not letting people in, and they're just standing in front of a line in front of the driveway, and it's just this standoff.
Right.
It was like happened yesterday and went on for about an hour, almost 2 hours, and then finally they came charging in, and then they were taking number plate numbers then, and but then some people got injured and arrested, and then it was just pepper sprayed and it was all crazy, and then they suddenly left as quickly as they came. They just pulled out, and then we didn't see them again till now.
Right.
You know?
How's the general vibe in the camp? Is everyone feeling okay, or are they feeling a bit stressed, or?
Yeah, the vibe is good, and there's people still turning up now. I see this young man turning up now from Melbourne. There's a lot of people from Melbourne here. And hey, brother. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. So there's and now they're coming down, playing music down at the front, and basically we're not being violent, and we're not being violent, but we're not being compliant. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's we're just sort of standing our ground.
Right.
And the thing is, we've got nowhere to go. You know, these people. I mean, there's a lot of people that say, oh, no, it's not segregation, it's not apartheid. And they're actually correct, it's worse, because in an apartheid system, people have somewhere to go. You know, the blacks or the oppressed go to one cafe, the rulers go to another, but in our system, there's nowhere. You know, in our system, there's nowhere to go. You just outcast. And so here we are, these people are outcast. Most of them have no income at all. They're selling their houses. They've got nowhere to go. They come here wanting freedom, wanting their lives back. And so the police are trying to move them on, but move you on to where? You know? Most of them, some of them telling me they've spent their last $100 just getting here, and now they've got nothing. And they're feeding, it's like an itinerant camp. It's like something out of a Steinbeck novel when they had the Grapes of Wrath era. That's what it feels like to me. Except, of course, this is all Australians, and there's a couple passing me now who are easily in their early 80s, and they just look like they should be listening to the ABC, and they're coming in to hold the ground. And there's other young people who, you know, look like they're from the country, look a bit feral, and then there's everyone in between. Lots of kids, lots of people with dogs. Just
stock standard Australians. Yes, Australians of all colours and creeds.
Yeah, and they're all different. You know, there's an African guy just passed. There's all different races and everything here. So it's quite extraordinary. I've never seen anything like it. Even though I've been to all the protests and the shrine, I've never seen anything like this. It's quite remarkable.
Right.
You know.
Certainly is a part of history that you're taking part of right now. And
yeah, it is. It's definitely history, yeah.
It takes courage and it takes bravery to stand up for what you believe is right. Obviously, the mainstream media is not covering your side of the story. That's why we wanted to talk to you. It's very important to get it out there.
Yeah.
Where do you think this is all going? What do you think it's going to end up as in the end?
I think if a lot of people turn up, and there's talk that there's people on the way, if that materialises, then I think this could be the line in the sand that could even start a new movement, like the hippies started a movement. It could be something like that, where the government is offering us one path, which is basically masks and constant vaccinations, and this group of people want freedom. And so they might start to grow in counterculture, which is what Havel, the Polish, the Czechoslovakian playwright, talks about in The Power and the Powerless. And so this could be the counterculture. You know, this is how we seem to be. No one here talks about football or mortgages or anything shallow. We all talk about life and spirituality and where we're going, and it's strategy, and it's incredible. And you really feel bonded, like you're part of a family, or that you're in a real tribe. And I think there's a greater bond because, you know, you're an outcast tribe, you know. And no one wears a mask. The whole camp, there's all these people, not one mask. It's literally, and then we're surrounded by police who are all masked. It's literally like two tribes. Another truck leaving now. And so there are people leaving, so I don't know if they've been scared off.
Well, there always are countercultures when totalitarian systems rise up. When you had Hitler's Nazi Party rise up, there was a counterculture. When you had Stalin's Communist Party rise up, there was countercultures, and they're always the ones surrounded by police because they're the greatest threat to the system.
Yeah, that's right.
But the thing is, those totalitarian regimes,
the Chinese system now.
Those regimes, they always fall. They always fail on their own weight.
A few people leaving now. Yeah. I think that eventually they fail. But I feel like we're in totalitarian kindergarten. I feel like we're on our way, but it's definitely here. It's establishing itself, and there's a lot of people, like the police, who keep saying they're on our side, who are actually getting in the groove of it. You know, we saw that in the violence yesterday. I mean, they strut around like how tough they are, and yet they're beating up old people. You know, they're pepper spraying old people. There was one 7-year-old boy that they held a pepper spray up to because the 7-year-old boy was challenging them. And they held the pepper spray up to his hand and up to his face and said, "Get out of here," or they were going to spray him.
Wow.
These are grown men with bulging muscles, who are just oppressing their own people. It's staggering. And yesterday, after it happened, there was a lot of tears and grown men crying, and not because they were scared of the violence, but because they were stunned that this was Australia. See, us Melbourne people have seen it before, but a lot of people here from Queensland and Sydney haven't seen it, and they were just in tears that they couldn't believe their own police were doing it to their own people. You know? Yeah. It was really extraordinary. Yeah.
Well, by taking this closer to Canberra, obviously you're right near the heart of where everything's all the decisions are being made. Certainly making it far more visible for them to see what the actions, the results of their policies really are, and I think that's powerful in itself.
Yeah, that's what I think too. That's why I'm sort of thinking I'm going to be here for a while, till I get arrested or moved on. And they're playing Dylan now. Times are changing.
Ain't that the truth?
It tears you up. We're so here. Yeah. G'day, brother. Good to see you.
Michael, thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you're doing, and it's amazing to witness. And if you'd like to ever speak again on Australian National Review, you're always welcome. Would love to hear more from you.
Yeah, thank you.
And
sure. Well, you've got my number now. Stay in touch. I'm quite happy to do updates.
Absolutely.
And I think there'll be daily updates. To be honest, I'm trying to write an article a day and just do. And what I'm trying to do too is I interview people with 3 questions: what's your name, where you're from, why you're here, and then we stream that or post that just to let just to let people know who the people that we're here are, because even if they eradicate us, which is on the card, maybe our ghosts will haunt them, you know. But there's something beautiful here. There's girls now waving their hands gently in the air, and before them there's just all these police. Extraordinary.
What a contrast.
Extraordinary.
What a contrast.
Yeah.
Well,
take care, brother.
Thank you. Stay safe. Thank you very much, Michael.
Bye.
Bye.